Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. We are back for another United Daily Live, and we have got so much to discuss today here on the show, including Manchester United suing the makers and the creators of Sega's Football Manager, Sports Interactive's Football Manager as well. So we'll be looking at that story. We'll be looking at Luke Shaw's latest quotes in regards to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and life at Manchester United. We'll be looking at the latest rumours surrounding Paul Pogba and Mino Raiola potentially discussing a move with Juventus. That plus much more, including Chris Smalling's future as well. We'll be discussing that because obviously the last thing we heard about Chris Smalling and his future at Manchester United was that AS Roma wanted to keep him, but then that because of the current situation, they haven't really got the funds there available to make him a permanent signing at the club. So Chris Smalling may be coming back to Man United. He may not be staying at Roma as much as he wants to, but we'll be looking at the latest story today in regards to Chris Smalling's future. But the main one that everybody is talking about and everybody is tweeting about online is, of course, United suing Football Manager. We all love the game Football Manager. We love Championship Manager back in the day, Football Manager as it became. And, you know, we've loved all these games over the years, but Football Manager is one that everyone has played. Everybody has played Football Manager, and I think everyone would have bought Football Manager, even if United weren't called United in it. Manchester United have been called Manchester United in Football Manager, Championship Manager as well, for many years. They've been called Manchester United. They've never used official badges. They've never used sponsorships and kits and real things like that. But they've always used the name Manchester United. Now, Manchester United are going to sue Football Manager makers over these image rights, and we'll get into that story a little bit more. But first things first, and what I want to do here is thank the latest member on AdamMcKola TV for joining, who is Ross Murphy. He just joined today, so thank you very much to Ross Murphy for joining AdamMcKola TV and becoming a member on the channel. If you want to find out more, click that join button and find out more. Thank you to those that have been subscribing recently as well. We've had loads of new subscribers. We appreciate every single last one of you. So thank you very much for getting involved and subscribing to the channel. We're trying to hit 100k and get that platinum before the end of the year. So let's see if we can do that. I can see Ross in the comments, Glenn in the comments, Dennis, Manny, Aman, Rashid, who says, why sue a game that makes football even more exciting for kids? It's lame. Vish says they're doing it for the money, which again, it comes down to that, whether United expect to get a massive payout out of Sega and Sports Interactive and the Football Manager franchise, or they force them to stop using their name, and then their price goes higher with any other games that want them officially on there. Dara says, what is the point? And Brad's just joined us in the comments as well. So thank you very much to everyone for getting involved, getting your comments in. We'll read more out as we go on in the show, and we'll get your opinions on everything that we discussed today. Jeremy, we can do 100k. We can do it. So guys, get hitting that subscribe button. But anyway, let's look at this story relating to Manchester United and Football Manager. So, United are suing the makers of the popular Football Manager series for allegedly infringing their trademark by using the club's name extensively throughout the game. United also claim that Sega and SI have infringed their trademark over its logo by not using the official club crest in the game, but replaced it with a simplified red and white striped logo. So United are saying, first off, you've used our name, and secondly, whilst using our name, you haven't put the correct trademark logo next to our name, which again is, if they do that, they probably get another lawsuit for using our logo, which is incredible anyway. But let's carry on. United have taken legal action against the publisher and developer of the series because the game is using club's name but not crest unless customers download it. The game makers claim the club's name has been used in Football Manager and its predecessor Championship Manager since 1992 without complaint by the claimant. At a remote hearing on Friday, United's barrister Simon Malintz asked Mr. Justice Morgan to allow the club to amend its claim against Sega and SI to include allegations involving the practice of supplying patches or mods essentially downloadable files containing replica trademark, which consumers then incorporate into the game. So not only are they going after, you've used our name in there, you've not used our logo, but also you have made our logo and our trademarks and our replicas available via advertising and promoting patches and mods which are done by third parties, but you actively promote those third parties. Malintz also argued that in relation to the alleged infringement of the trademark on the club logo, that consumers expect to see the club crest next to the name Manchester United, and this failure to do so amounts to wrongful use. Sega and SI responded with a written response to the club's claim, saying that claimant has acquiesced in the use by the defendants of the name of Manchester United football team in Football Manager game and cannot now complain of such use. The judge decided to reserve his judgment on United's application to amend its claim to a later date. The Football Manager game, when they released a statement, they also mentioned things such as, you've not actively promoted us because the club hasn't promoted us, but we've seen, Solskjaer speak about how Football Manager helps him do his job. The data analysis team use Football Manager for various things, and guys from the club and people within the club and staff members within the club in the past have contacted the makers of Football Manager and the people that have the database in order to get information or ask them for certain bits of data and advice on certain different things. So it'll be interesting to see how that affects the case as well. But this is clearly going to rumble on, and it could have ramifications for them. I mean, United, we were buying Pez when United were called Manchester Red and had the Tradbrick Stadium. So I don't think Football Manager not using the name Manchester United in their videos from now would stop us from buying it. And there's always going to be those patches and those mods available anyway. But it's interesting that they are targeting. They're targeting that. It's interesting because whilst they're targeting Football Manager for the use of mods and patches, that will indirectly affect the makers of the game Pro Evolution Soccer, because some might say they do the same thing. You obviously have people like Pez Universe and great accounts like that have been doing their work for years, and they do their thing and they create, mods and patches and things that you can add to your Pez game to make it more realistic. And some might say that Pez, as a community, and Konami promote those third parties indirectly. So they might not promote the patches and the mods, but they'll work with Pez Universe and people like that. And, that's showing that there's some sort of relationship there, and maybe you're promoting these things. So it's interesting how that plays out as well, because United have a relationship with Konami and Pez. Now, maybe in the negotiations that Manchester United had with Konami and Pez, you can imagine something around the table where United are discussing, all right, you can pay us this much money for the use of the name. And maybe, I don't know, Football Manager saying, well, Pez are using the name, Pez saying Football Manager are using the name Man United without paying for it. Why do we have to pay so much for it? Or, United being at the table and realising, hold on, Pez have never used our name before they've agreed this deal. Konami always calls Manchester United Manchester Red, Tradbrick Stadium. Until they made a deal with Manchester United, they didn't use their official name or official kits or anything. And they maybe started thinking, hold up, why haven't Football Manager come to see us about that? And then started investigating it. Because whilst for a long time Championship Manager, Football Manager would have been using the name, they could argue that we didn't know about it for a lot of that time. And even then, if they come and now say, we don't want you to use it, do Football Manager have any right to keep using it? I'm not too sure. So it's weird. Glenn says it stinks of desperate times for me, like I said earlier, because we need the money. I can't imagine how much money they would gain from winning this case. Surely it's not going to be in the 10s and 20s, and it's not going to be that much, but who knows? Who knows? They are arguing that by allowing people to download graphics, SI Sega are stopping United and other clubs from profiting from their trademark. In that sense, they have a case, says Ben. Tom says, I don't blame them really. Most news networks and paper use United to keep people tuned in, and other forms of businesses will do the same. Will that have a knock-on effect for people like us? For, full-time Devils, Stretford Paddock, me, other United fan channels, the fanzines. Will that affect us from being able to put the word Manchester United into various things that we're doing? Even though it's a clear relationship, would they ever try and target fan groups? Or do they know that it wouldn't be sensible for them in terms of the PR? This is a bad PR move for them, but it might be worth it for them financially. Could they ever, if they won this case, come and try and attack other people, like, fan channels and things like that? Say you can't use our name, or you can't, you never know. Mini says, you're a United channel. Did you pay to use the name? You're next. I wish I had the kind of money to do a deal with United. I haven't got that kind of money, I'm afraid. But again, I don't have United. Like, I'm just looking on my page. I use Man United latest news in a lot of titles. I use the word Manchester United or things like that. My banner on my channel says subscribe for daily MUFC content. But my channel isn't called AdamMcKola Manchester United TV or anything like that. So I don't know where does the line fall, you know what I mean? Between fair usage and reviewing and, being able to present news and give information or give opinion. And obviously Football Manager haven't done that. But where is the line? Just be madness. But anyway, let us know what your thoughts are. Is this a bad move for United? Does it make sense from a business point of view? Ollie's Red Army FC. Yeah, what would we be called if Football Manager can't use our name? They probably won't use Manchester Red because Pez used to use that. Ale, so no YouTube channels allowed to use the club's name. That would be crazy. Tom says, when your channel is worth as much, they'll come knocking. Tom Walton says, but to be fair, Full-Time Devils is massive. So if they were going to do something, surely they would have. I know they don't work with United, and they try to prevent United from working with, people that are officially related to the club at times. But that's different, isn't it? Gonna have to get these members up, folks, if we got a lawsuit with United coming up. Get joining, get subscribing, get liking, get sharing, and get donating to a GoFundMe, which is coming soon for my lawsuit against Manchester United. Arsenal Fan TV had to change their name to AFTV, yeah, but they actively had the word Arsenal in there. I've got a podcast called United Road. Full-Time Devils doesn't have the word United in it. You have fanzines that do, fan channels that have the word United in it, but you can't stop someone using that. Many football clubs are called United. So it'd come down to using the word Manchester and United in that order. And I don't think any fan channel really does have that name in that order. Yeah, Juventus is called, what are they called again on Zebren or something like that? Yes, we'll storm the courtroom, Dennis. I'm on it. Have I gotten used to the new United kit yet, says Aiden. I like the home one, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it's better than the current kit. But I think the yellow and black dashes or whatever they are on the top will grow on us. I like the green and yellow kit or whatever colour it is. Green and gold or whatever. I like that kit. The zebra one. I'm not a fan, but who knows, when it comes out it might look better, do you know what I mean? See you in court, Ross. MUFC Daily, United Daily, yeah. That's true. Shh, Ken. Don't give them any ideas. Do not give them Any ideas? But that's the latest on Manchester United suing fuck out a football manager. Let's hope football manager win for the sake of all of us. We've had some interesting quotes. I love the word interesting. I don't know why I use it so much. I'm going to try to stop using that word interesting. We've had some quotes from Luke Shaw. And he says, it's helped me a lot speaking about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer on the pitch, but more so he's been one of the biggest influences off the pitch too, with the way he handles players. He knows what players need. I had a couple of difficult years before he came in. I think maybe he realised that and knew what I needed. He's really helped me off the pitch. He obviously believes in me and he tells me that that's the confidence you need as a player, to have a manager believe in you. Shaw has played 49 times in 17 months under Solskjaer, having made just 55 appearances 2.5 seasons under Mourinho. That is proof of how he has thrived under Solskjaer with left back Shaw, who can also play as left-sided centre-back, hailing his bond with the United boss as the key to his revival. He said, we get on really well, and that's a key thing, your relationship off the pitch. I know he's the manager. We all have massive respect for him, but it's also important to have a nice relationship off the pitch too sometimes, when things aren't too serious. There really is a great feel about this group of lads now, and that's been the case for a while. I've seen a lot of changes during my time at United, and I have to say that Ollie has been responsible for the large amount of improvements around the place. When he came in, he knew what was needed, and we had to change to get things up and running again. He's signed people who aren't just good players, but also really good lads as well. They've integrated into the squad really well and brought a bit more energy and togetherness in the group. Says Luke Shaw, bigging up the manager, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, for his recruitment and the way he's managed everybody and the way he's handled the lads as well, which is obviously good to hear, that your man's getting things right. Ollie's man management has been the closest we've gotten to Fergie, says Dennis. Ollie treating Shaw right then, Mourinho did, says Ross. I just joined, what did I miss, says Manprit. We've spoken about United suing the creators of Football Manager for trademark infringement and use of their name. And now we're talking about the quotes from Luke Shaw, talking about how Solskjaer knows what the players need, knows what the teams need, praising his recruitment as well. So we're discussing that at the moment. Perry, how you doing, brother? Hope you're good. Neil, how you doing? Bitchu, thank you very much for your comment. I will try to keep it up and try to keep things going. But remember, I'm getting old now. I was 31 years. Cracking up here. Oh man, I'm still not feeling good from yesterday, but we'll talk about that later. Luke Shaw is a good left centre back, says Sam. What did I miss, says Glenn. We've spoken about the Football Manager case between Manchester United and Football Manager Sega and Sports Interactive. United suing them for trademark infringement. We're looking at Luke Shaw's quotes and also gossip that Mino Raiola has been talking with Juventus about a possible move for Paul Pogba to the club. In that same report, it mentions that Real Madrid are not on it. Their president doesn't want to make a move. Zidane likes him, but he understands that it's probably not going to be possible in this transfer window. So with that being said, it's looking like Juventus are the only possible ones now. And I feel like that's where all these quotes and these rumours are coming from. First off, we know meetings can happen, but Juventus aren't in a position to be preparing for big transfers, big wages of big players, when they aren't even paying their current staff full wages as it is. So I don't believe this, to be honest. I don't believe this gossip related. I believe Mino Raiola would talk to clubs. I believe Mino Raiola would want to sell Paul Pogba. And I believe Paul Pogba wouldn't mind a move to Juventus if it was possible. But at the same time, I think Paul Pogba is going to stay at Man United. I think he's going to probably agree a new deal. And I can't see how Juventus or Real Madrid could afford it. Now, things could change. But I'm not reading much into this story at this moment in time. Now, that may be naive or silly of me, but my gut's telling me nothing's going on with this. Nothing is going on with this one. Mini, I'm sorry, man. Now life starts at 30 anyway. It's what I've heard. Now we got some Chris Smalling quotes to go through, and if there's any other, actually we have got something else as well from the Discord, which I need to look at too. Which was relation to the price of football stuff. So I'll get onto that after the Chris Smalling quotes. So he's been speaking about how he's very proud to represent Roma. And he says he's very proud to represent Roma and says the Serie A club have a very big heart. Manchester United man who is on loan in the Italian capital has praised the club for their clarity during the coronavirus pandemic. I can understand everyone's position if they've not got that full clarity. Everybody wants to be as informed as possible. Fortunately here at Roma, I feel like they have that clarity. They've kept us in the loop. We've had regular meetings with the CEO talking about different measures and keeping us up to date. That's been very useful to know their discussions with the league and the doctors, and they are relaying that straight back to us. That's why I feel like a lot of players here are comfortable about coming back, knowing the different measures. It's all been listed, but if some players at some clubs who don't have that all in place yet, then I can understand them being a bit fearful until that's put in place. I want the same as well. Roma has a very big art. I noticed that quickly here. Roma do help people a lot. They help a lot outside of the norm. That's great. And I think they're great on social media as well. I'm saying that personally, not Chris Smalling's quote. They really set an example and other clubs have got on board. I'm very proud to be associated with Roma because of all their initiatives. Some English players have gone abroad, but not many. It was a challenge, but that I wanted to take. I'm someone who definitely lives by not having any regrets. I like new things, maybe out of my comfort zone, and show people that anything is possible. And he's definitely speaking very positively about Roma and about his future there. And it looks like he wants to stay there. Now, if they can stump up the cash, then by all means should he remain at that club. Now, Kieran Maguire, aka Price of Football on Twitter, has been tweeting some reaction and response to the results that came out, the financial results that came out from Manchester United recently. And there was an interesting bit where United, so there's a few interesting things that have come out, and I've just used the word interesting again, so I do apologise. One sec. So where's that tweet gone now? I hate this when I lose things. I hate it. Check this out. Latest results published today show that Manchester United has paid a net 827 million, well, just under 828 million in finance, charges and interest since being acquired by the Glazer family in 2005. That's just finance charges and interest, 828 million. Then when you think about their dividends that have been taken out of the club, all those kind of things, it's well over $1 billion them bastards have taken out of our club. So here we go, we got a fair few tweets here. United revenue down in the first months of 1920 due to the lack of Champions League participation. COVID likely to affect United in final quarter significantly, although club has strong balance sheet. United had 90 million of cash at 31st of March, plus a big overdraft facility if needed, so in strong position compared to many clubs. United's wage bill was down 18% due to not paying Champions League bonuses, and United continued to grow as staff numbers up to almost 1,000. In addition, employs 3,300 people on match days. United budgeting for 15 million of broadcast money. We knew all that. Now there's a bit that Paul B flagged up to me and I can't find it, so let me just open Discord because this came through Discord thanks to one of the members, Paul B. And he says, small print, in the Manchester United third quarter results reveal it had cash to spend 3.6 million to buy back shares to prop up the share price and can pay 11 million dividend to owners, 78% to Glaze on 3rd of June, but chose to defer its 10 million VAT bill last quarter due to UK government for a year. So are you reading this? The small print in that deal showed that Manchester United on June the 3rd will pay dividends out, 11 million, 78% of that to the Glazers, and spend 3.6 million to buy back shares to prop up the share price, but they can't pay their tax bill from last year. Let that settle in. These are the kind of moves these bastards do. It's fucking stupid. We should be balling, absolutely balling, and we're not. There was also other small print as well, where it said, as well as delaying paying their VAT bill, Manchester United are being investigated over other tax issues too. It says, we are currently in active discussions with UK tax authorities over a number of tax areas in relation to arrangement with players and players' representatives. It is possible that in the future, as a result of discussions between the group and UK tax authorities, as well as discussions UK tax authorities are holding with other stakeholders within the football industry, interpretations of applicable rules will be challenged, which could result in liabilities in relation to these matters. The information usually required is not disclosed on the grounds that it is not practicable to be disclosed. So they've got some tax issues coming up as well, regarding what looks like players' image rights and things like that. So the Glazers, they love to show off, and Ed Woodward loves to show off, but the way they run business isn't great. And yes, we may be one of the clubs that aren't that badly affected by this whole situation. Maybe we'll be one of those clubs, but at the same time, we should be so much more comfortable than we actually are, and we're not because of these bitches. It's madness. It's madness. Thank you to Kieran Maguire and Price of Football for finding all those things. It's publicly available content, but I like when people like that obviously take their time to break it down and put it out there for people, like, so fans can digest it a little bit easier as well. Absolute bastards. Glazers are robbing us, says Tim. We've got crackhead accounting going on, says Ross. You need a word of the day, bog roll. Can we take a pay cut so we can take? Can we take a pay cut so we can go throw Phil Jones in? The Glazers probably know Epstein. Jesus Christ! It's divestment on an absolute criminal scale. That's the Sancho money gone, says Paul B. Absolute disgrace. I gotta lie down. And the post has arrived. Might be some good news. Might be some new clothes. I don't know what it will be. Probably not clothes through the post box, but nevertheless, there you go. So yeah, that has been an active day today, isn't it? United suing Football Manager, United's financial results, United's legal battles, United's this, United's that. It's just absolute madness. And if you want to find out what we discussed today, then feel free to rewind the video. Go and check everything else. I'm not doing a watch along today. I'm so hungry at the moment, and I gotta go see my old man. Can't even go see him properly, but gonna go stand in his garden and say hello. He's got a birthday card to give me. So that's what my plan looks like, standing in my dad's garden doing this. Oh man, yeah, I'm hungry. I am today. Can't wait to eat after this. Post is Man United sending you a court letter, and on today's news, it wouldn't surprise me if they were sending me a court letter. It wouldn't surprise me at all. At least we had something different to discuss, says Sean. 100% mate. Love you too, man, Neil. What's going on? It's a letter to court, Ross. Thank you to Ross for being the latest member today as well. Remember, if you want to join AdamMcKola TV, click that join button, find out more. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment, and share, and keep it locked throughout the day. We've got more content coming this weekend. We have got Football Manager Episode 3. We've got the Pod to Nowhere, and we've got a United Daily Live tomorrow. Keep it locked for all of that. And for now, I have been AdamMcKola. I'm out of here.